guys, welcome back. Tina here.
Kelly.
And we are bringing you homeschool how-to videos where we bring you homeschooling tips to help you along the way. So today, Kelly, we are going to talk about when moms have to work as well as homeschool. So whether that's working in the home or whether that's going out somewhere to a job. That happens in quite a few families.
Yes.
There are some families who have the blessing, and I know they count it as an absolute blessing, where the mom can just stay home and not have to work. And then there'll be some other instances where the mom is going to have to work. So do you want to start us off?
Sure. All through our homeschooling career, my husband has been in ministry. So my husband is a lead pastor. With our first ministry, I worked outside of the home.
Okay.
And so, but our kids were so young, and we worked it that I left very early in the morning and worked, and then came home, and then he left for work, and I would do the homeschooling that way. That was very difficult with such young kids.
Yeah.
But the homeschooling wasn't huge.
It wasn't intense.
It wasn't intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was learning your letters and your numbers and your shapes and things like that. We found out very quickly that didn't work very well.
The scheduling.
The scheduling was very difficult. I need my sleep. So early in the morning was not good for me. So then he got an outside job and I was able to stay home. And again, that was very difficult because he was at church all day and then came home and left in the afternoon, left in the evening. And so he wasn't home very often. So then we started babysitting, and that worked out quite well because
both of you or
I say we, but because when you take children into your home, it does become a family affair. And that seemed to be what worked best for us.
Okay.
Because it was, with fostering and everything else, we just take kids in. And so that seems to be what works best for us, is I just take kids in and we babysit and they just become part of
the family.
What's
a couple more kids?
And so, and then we just make it a schedule and part of our routine, part of our homeschooling. And it's been that way since they were little, and you just work it into the schedule. And I spend an hour with this child while this child watches this child. And then you move on to the next child, and the child you were just with then goes and does this child. And it's just been what we've done.
Yeah.
And so then when we moved out here, I've tried the Instacart thing.
What do you mean the Instacart thing?
The Instacart thing is where you go and you shop for other people.
Oh, you were an Instacart.
I was an Instacart employee,
okay.
Yes. And that's great for COVID.
Oh, that's actually fun too, because you get to get out of the house and get a break.
And you kind of fulfill your shopping because you're shopping for other people. So that was fun for a time because, you're getting out of the house and you're getting the high of shopping, but you're not spending any money doing it. So that was fun for a time. But we didn't have any foster kids at that point, and my kids were older, so I could set them up for school.
Right.
It's all on what season are you in, too, because if you have younger kids...
Oh, that is so difficult.
It's so hard, and those mamas, I feel for you that have to go outside of the home.
Yeah, I know a lot of moms who still have to keep They take what they were doing full time prior to having children, and then they have it on a very reduced basis or a part-time basis, and so they have to schedule it.
Yes.
So
schedule's key. It really is.
So whether they're working Tuesday, Thursday nights or Monday nights, they schedule their work time first. And then homeschooling just has to fit in it. And the nice thing about homeschooling is that we can be so flexible.
Yes.
So if you want to, you could homeschool between 6 and 8 o'clock at night. I know with our family, with Luma Learn, I put a lot of work into Luma Learn during the day, but I have that scheduled so that I school 2 of my kids from this time to this time, and then I have time to work on Luma Learn, and then, time for the next kids, and then everything is scheduled. And even though we don't hit that schedule 100%, it just helps to give structure to our day. So even though I'm not leaving the house to work, I still am working in the home while doing it. There's so many families that got thrown into homeschooling this year, Kelly. And I feel like they are struggling too. I was just talking to a mom the other night. Her school district is doing hybrid, so 2 days on, 3 days at home.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, I know. So 2 days at school, 3 days at home. But both parents have a full-time job. Their children, they're old enough to be at home, but they're still too young to be left at home all the time by themselves. So they just kind of grin and bear it for the 3 days. But then the parents have to come home at night and, do the managing and the organizing. What do we have to get done? Where are you on this? And da-da-da-da-da. So, I know everybody just chips in and does what they can do, but that's why it's just imperative to get that schedule going. Do you feel like your family is open and okay with you? When I say your family, so there's a difference between the husband and the kids, but what are their feelings about you either leaving the house to work or bringing kids in to babysit?
I think, again, it's an age. I do know my oldest son struggles with it. I think personality, it's all like, are there personalities where they need your time? And are you giving them enough of your time?
Okay.
I do know my oldest son, he tends to need my time more. And so
Isn't that funny? Because you don't think that about boys.
I know. You don't think that about boys. But this season right now, I'm leaving the home to go babysit almost every day.
Yeah.
For just a couple of hours. And he's said to me a few times now, "You've gone 3 days this week."
Aww.
Like, yeah, I have, but it's only a couple of hours. But I do like that they have the openness to say, "Hey, you've gone 3 times this week."
Yeah.
But have that open dialogue with your kids and explaining to them, it's a season. We're in a season right now where mom has to do this.
Yeah.
And
they learn about budgeting.
Exactly. They learn about budgeting, and being real with them, I think, is key too. I think it's a personality, because the other kids are just like, yeah, whatever. Mom's going, so what?
Yeah.
But I think really you've got to be open with your kids and just talking with them. Bringing kids in, again, our family has just always done that.
Yeah.
But again, it's the different personalities, because my oldest could do without.
Oh.
But the younger kids love it.
They're happy.
Yeah.
They're not happy, but...
Well, no, they're happy because they have playmates.
They have playmates, or then they get special things.
Right, exactly. Yeah. They get a little less school because there's more people in the house.
Right. Well, we would love to hear about your experience.
Yes.
Do you have to go out to work? How do you run it? What are some things that you do to make the time at home, homeschooling, more valuable? Do you homeschool at the typical times of the day? When we comment, we help everybody. So please comment, tell us your thoughts, like us, and subscribe.
Happy holidays and God bless.
Yeah, have a wonderful Christmas.
Yes.
Take care.